All right, you guys did a really good job with one-step algebra and making things flow down. And most of you figured out how to collect like terms. I know, what? All by yourselves. What if we had 8x minus 17 equals 31 plus 8? Now, like terms, remember, are all the terms that have the same letter with them. So in the last example in your homework, it was n, and you could add those two together. In this case, we only have one number that has an x. And if you're going to collect like terms, you can collect like terms only on each side of the castle wall. So that means I can't take this one and add it to these because there's a big castle wall in the middle. Remember that? So collect like terms first. Makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to, but it makes it easier. So if we add 31 and 8, because these two terms are like terms, they don't have x's with them, they don't have y's with them, they're just plain old numbers, we get 39. And we leave the rest of this because we haven't done anything with it yet. Okay, this is called two-step algebra because to get to the x by itself, you have to do 2 steps. And it's always best to do the adding and subtracting part first. And that's this part because this part says minus 17, right? So instead of minus 17, we're going to add 17 to both sides. And what happens when we add 17 to both sides? We get 3, 4, 5. 56 on that side. Minus 17 and positive 17 makes 0. So the only thing left over here is the 8x. So we've got 8x equals 56. So let's say we're going to do the opposite operation. And do the adding and subtracting first. So we did the adding, the subtracting here in case. It's minus 17. So instead of minus 17, we're going to move this one first. So we haven't moved the 8 and the x over here yet. We know that 8x means 8 times x. So let's divide both sides by 8 to get x all by itself. X, 8 divided by 8 is 1, right? So here's our 1x. Do I need the 1 there? No, I don't, but I can put it there if you really want to. Put the 1 there. And 56 divided by 8 is 7. Let's check and make sure our answer is correct. Rewriting our question, we've got 8x minus 17 equals 31 plus 8. Here's our check. We're going to take our x equals 7 and put it in the equation. 8, if I use brackets, then it's easier. I don't have to put times signs in. I don't have to mistake a times sign for an x or anything else. Because the numbers are beside each other, it means times. 8 times 7 is 56 minus 17. And we've got 31 plus 8, which is 39. And 56 minus 17 is, oh, look at that, 39. They're both 39, so we know that we did it right. Always check your answers. So we've got collect like terms, do the opposite operations, and do the plus and minus first. And then we're solving for x. for the unknown. In this case, it's x. It could be y, it could be anything else, you never know. And then the last thing is check your answer. Want to try one more problem? Let's try one with divide in it. Okay, one more. What if we had x over 4 plus 2 equals 9 minus 5. So, our first step was what again? First step, collect like terms. Do we have like terms? Yes, we have that one, and that one, and that one. They're all the same, except don't forget there's a castle wall. So the only ones we can collect right now are the ones that are on the same side, and these two are on the same side, so let's collect those two. We've got 9 minus 5 is 4. The other side stays the same because we haven't done anything with it yet. And then step 2 says, or step 2 says, do the opposite operations. Do the plus minus first. So we've got, plus 2. Remember, we're trying to get everyone away from the princess, so we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Do it to both sides always. Those make 0, so we're left with our x over 4. And then we've got 4 minus 2 is 2. X divided by 4, here's our second step. So the first step was move that one over. Now the second step is to get rid of this 4 so that all we have is the princess by herself. Right now the princess is princess divided by 4, or x divided by 4. So opposite of divide is times. Times 4 times 4. Make sure you do it on both sides. And what do we get? X is equal to 2 times 4 is 8. Let's check that with our equation, which was x over 4 plus 2 equals 9 minus 5. Put the 8 in there where the x is. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 8 divided by 4 is 2 plus 2. And 2 plus 2 is 4. Look, it works. We know that this side does equal this side. Excellent. Thanks, gang.